like it's rockin' enough. It's one of my favorite Brothers Osborne songs, and I figured since we're giving away tickets to go see them live at the Shoshone Bannock Casino Hotel for whatever reason, that I figured I could play it as my pick of the day. Brothers Osborne, It Ain't My Fault. It's Monday, June 15th, 2026. I hope you are doing well. If I sound different, it's because I'm using a completely different microphone. I'm using a completely different studio. I'm in the Z103 studio. If you didn't hear me on Friday, I am now the program director of Z103. And I'm also doing afternoons on Z103. So people can hear me on two different stations, one as Peaches, the other one as my real name, Brendan Peach. So I can't really say, hey, if you want to get a hold of me, you can, because, well, I'm not exactly in the K-Bear studio. And it's literally right in front of me. I'm just in here doing the Z103 show live in addition to pre-recording this one. I know. I'm sorry. Peach's pre-recorded party is kickstarting itself here on this fine Monday. Well, I shouldn't say fine. There was a lot of death over the weekend. Oliver Tree passed away in a tragic helicopter accident. I did find it funny that, well, he passed away, obviously. That's not the funny part. I did find it funny that the first thing I see on Facebook is a post from one of my friends going, who in the world is Oliver Tree? Only 32 years old. Passed away in a helicopter accident in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Two helicopters collided with one another. And of course, what happens in this modern day and age, his death video gets posted everywhere on Instagram, Facebook, etc. Even that one lady who went bungee jumping and they forgot to attach the cord, her video is popping up everywhere on social media. Isn't that awful? Like, we get to see people die on social media. I feel like that's one of the worst things about 2026, being with the power of the quote-unquote power of social media. We get that garbage on our feeds. It's quite disturbing to see, actually. The video that I saw, thankfully, blurred out the death portion of that lady bungee jumping with no bungee cord. But, I was at the gym, and I was on the treadmill, and Victor texts me this CNN Brazil article saying that Oliver Tree has passed away, and I can't believe it. I have one of his instrumentals as a music bed that I should have been playing to, I'll be kickstarting the Z103 show, which I'm sure since this is airing the same time as my Z103 show, this is going to be so confusing. That it's probably over with now. I'm going to start my Z103 show with an Oliver Tree song as somewhat of a tribute. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Doing two different radio shows on two different stations at the same exact time. It's Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. Over the past couple of weeks, I have tried my best to lose as much weight as I can in a healthy way. All right. I've been trying to lose. My overall goal is to try to lose around 100 or more pounds. Originally, it was 160, but I'm thinking, like, if I get down to 240, I'm going to look like a stick. And I don't think that was healthy at the time that I was that weight, because I was constantly conditioning, constantly at basketball practice. I ate food that my parents made for me, but now I'm an adult and I have to make my own dinners. I have to work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Back then, I was, a high school athlete. But now that I'm close to 30, it's like, hey, you can't be running all the time. Otherwise, you're going to be 45 in 15 years with the worst knees on the planet, and you won't be able to walk. And you also want to make sure that when you get this weight off, you keep it off. And so I'm trying my best to figure it out how to do it in the most healthy way possible. Well, I've been trying to weigh myself every single day for the past couple of days, and turns out that's not good for you either, because like I mentioned on Victor's morning show this morning, your weight fluctuates. It can not significantly, but it fluctuates like 5 to 7 pounds, and you could be 365, kind of like how I was this morning. On Saturday, I was 363. I'm like, I'm making great progress. I want to be 350 by the end of the month. And who knows if that can happen? I'm sure it can if I keep sticking with what I'm doing by exercising every day, allowing myself to rest when I need to rest, that kind of thing, keeping the diet going. But they do say if you weigh yourself every single day, it does add stress, gives you anxiety, makes you obsessed with it. And I'm already obsessed with it enough trying to get everything right, and it's hard to get everything right diet-wise because you see these videos on social media all the time talking about, like, you shouldn't be doing this, you should be doing this, but then there's other videos saying the opposite. And it's like, who do I follow? Go to a real doctor, go to a real nutritionist. And also, if you're going to weigh yourself consistently, because I think I posted something in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group that was talking about what's a small achievement that you accomplished this past week. And there were a few other listeners saying they also lost some weight, and they've been trying to keep track of losing weight. And you should definitely weigh yourself like once a week in order to see the proper change, not every single day. That's what I learned, all right? Because I do not want to keep stressing out over this. I just want to lose the weight and keep it off. Anyway, let's play some Catch Your Breath Dark on K-Bear 101. It's Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. So this Friday, I am going to be at Juice City Vapor in Idaho Falls. If you stop by my live broadcast from 3 to 5, you'll get 5 extra entries into the drawing for the what are we calling it? The like this beach getaway package. It's like a whole surprise package overall that has a cooler, a wagon, towels, chairs, an umbrella, waterproof floating speaker. All of this stuff valued at $500. There's a whole bunch of stuff in this beach package that we're giving away thanks to Juice City Vapor. We're calling it the No Beach Beach Bash because, well, East Idaho doesn't have a beach. And whether you're traveling to a place that has one, or if you're going to Rigby Lake, or if you just want some cool stuff to put out this 4th of July when you go to the Idaho Falls Community Hospital Riverfest presented by ICCU and Riverbend Media Group. I mean, there's chairs, there's an umbrella, towels, floating speaker, there's flask cups, sunglasses, pretty much all you need for the 4th of July. And the 4th of July is coming up rather quick. So, come see me this Friday, 3 to 5 at Juice City Vapor in Idaho Falls. Score 5 extra entries into the drawing that way. And listen for the flavor of the day that Victor announced this morning at 7:05. Listen at 7:05 every morning from here to Friday for the next flavor of the day. And be caller 10 whenever you hear that at 208-535-1015. If you're graduating college this year, let me ask you a question. What are you looking for in a job? Because according to a new survey of 2026 graduates, it's not just about the paycheck anymore. Young workers are looking for things like work-life balance, job security, career growth, good benefits, and a company culture they enjoy being a part of. I don't think that's asking too much. Most people don't want to spend 40 hours a week somewhere they hate. You want to feel like your work matters, that you're learning something, and that there's a path forward instead of doing the exact same thing forever. The good news is that there are companies right here in East Idaho looking for people who want to build a career. This week's Hire East Idaho Job of the Week is with Strong Shed Inc. in Rexburg. They're looking for a dependable and hardworking prep shop employee to join their storage shed manufacturing team. In this role, you'll help prepare shed kits and materials for production, making sure everything is organized, accurate, and ready for the builders. It's the kind of position where being dependable, paying attention to details, and taking pride in your work really matters. So whether you're a recent graduate looking for a career change or just searching for your next opportunity, check it out. Visit the newly redesigned HireEastIdaho.com to apply for this position and explore hundreds of other jobs from employees across East Idaho. Hire East Idaho, connecting people with opportunity. Now, Motionless in White with Corey Taylor, of course, playing God on K-Bear 101. The New York Knicks, they did it. After dominating the playoffs, losing only 2 games along the way, the Knicks beat the San Antonio Spurs in Game 5 to win the NBA Finals for the first time since 1973. Some are already arguing that this is the best Knicks team in the history of the franchise. Before the season, the Oklahoma City Thunder were the odds-on favorite to win it all, but there were high hopes for the Knicks, who were in the next tier, mixed in with contenders like the Cavaliers, the Nuggets, the Rockets, and the Timberwolves. In World Cup news, on Friday, the U.S. men's national team beat Paraguay 4-1, impressing fans and experts alike. It was the most goals ever scored by Team USA in a World Cup game, and the performance was arguably as good as the U.S. has ever looked. We'll have to wait until Friday afternoon to see if this success continues when the U.S. takes on Australia. I can't believe that is considered a high-scoring game when you score 4 against 1. In college football news, Here's another example that college football is just as big a business as pro sports. The University of Florida has decided to renovate Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, commonly called the Swamp, for a price tag of $1.45 billion. It's believed to be the most expensive stadium project in college football history. The renovation, which won't stop the team from playing there, will add premium seating, expand the concourses, and add more bathrooms for the over 88,000 fans that attend each game. It's set to start this fall and wrap up by 2030. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. I mentioned this on Victor's morning show. My two friends, which I'm not going to name on the air because I don't know if they've publicly announced it yet or whatever the case might be. I feel it's best just to keep them anonymous. They asked me to officiate their wedding. Out of all things, not be a groomsman, not even be the best man. No, they asked me to officiate it, which I think is just downright awesome. Of course, I'm going to do so. But I had to figure it out, or how to figure out how to get ordained in the state of Idaho. Turns out you don't necessarily need to do anything. As long as you have the license kind of thing, or like you just sign up online. Where did I sign up at? What was the official name of it again? It was like American Marriage Ministries. That's what it's called. Yeah, you literally sign up on that website and boom, you're an ordained minister. And then they ask, like, hey, do you want to buy the package? And it was like $50. I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy the package with my whole certificate, even though that would be funny. I was thinking about it. I'm like, what if I bought the certificate that says, hey, I'm ordained in all 50 states, and I just frame it and put it right above my toilet in my bathroom. Just boom, right there. That way it's a talking point when nobody's actually coming over, just me. I can just laugh at it every single time I use the restroom kind of thing. But I did buy the ID that has my picture on it. You had to upload a picture. I uploaded my headshot that I took at a networking event, and it says Brendan Peach is an ordained minister and has a QR code on the back that takes you to my certificate online. Boom, I'm official. And the wedding's not until like September of next year, so I have some time to prepare everything. I've never done this type of thing before, but I'm excited for a new challenge, definitely. If you've ever done something like that, let me know. Hit me up on social media. Let me know any tips that you might have. Here's Hollywood Undead 1 by 1 on K-Bear 101. I'm still getting used to the microphone here in the Z103 studio. That's the reason why I sound different. We need to hone in the settings because they're awful. And also, the mic in here is so beyond dumb. Wait, hold on. No, I sound better this way. Josh was lying to me. He's like, you got to talk across from it. If I talk across from it, it sounds like I'm far away. But if I talk like this, it sounds normal. All right, well, there's that. It's weird, dude. I'm doing afternoons on Z, afternoons here on K-Bear, trying to have like split personalities, you know. I'm like the movie Split with James McAvoy. Is that his name? I'm over here like trying to stay healthy, eat these fruits and vegetables in my lunch pail next to me, while also trying to run two different shows, while also trying to do all this behind the scenes stuff, you know, covering both stations. What am I even doing? I need to go talk to Josh about this mic thing because I think he was just lying to me. I think he was trying to pull a prank on me or something. Kind of like how we did at In-N-Out Burger to the new employees when we told people to water the plants inside the restaurant. They're all fake. So, and our store manager at the time walked out to the lobby, seeing one of the new employees watering the plants, and just freaked out. Hopefully, Steve, the old store manager, is doing just fine. I haven't talked to that guy in a very long time. I don't think he even knows I'm on the radio. So, yeah, I'll have to see if he's on Facebook or something. Maybe this could somehow be a question for Traffic School, powered by the Advocates. This former police officer making headlines after allegedly running a woman's license plate, getting her personal information, and then showing up at her house to ask her out. I'm no dating expert, but I feel pretty confident saying that's not how you're supposed to meet people. You get a knock at your door. Hey, how'd you find me? Oh, funny story. I ran your license plate 179 times. They kept track of how many times this guy ran her license plate just to show up and be like, hey, can I take you out? Bold strategy. If somebody has to run your license plate to get your phone number, they're probably not off to a great start. Just saying. How many times has Lieutenant Crane run a certain license plate? I guess we could ask him this Friday. Traffic School, powered by the Advocates, 8:45 during the Victor Wilt Show. Here's President Destroy Me on K-Bear 101. One of my favorite proteins to have is shrimp. Love shrimp. However, I want to make sure I get my shrimp from a reliable source. Who am I kidding? Not before. I've been getting shrimp at Walmart for the past, I don't know, how many trips I've been to Walmart, just because it's the cheapest. Is it better than Winco? I think so. There was one time when I first started working here, I got myself a pound of shrimp from Winco, and I air fried it and had it with, I forgot what I had it with, maybe rice. It was back when I was first starting to learn to live on my own, and I ate all the shrimp. I cooked it up, air fried it, ate the whole thing, and then I was like, you know what? I should have cinnamon rolls for dessert. So I had shrimp, rice, and cinnamon rolls as an epic feast back in like 2021. Sure enough, 30 to 45 minutes later, I throw it all back up in the toilet. Yeah, it was that bad. Haven't bought seafood from there since. I've taken it a step up a notch, buying it at Walmart. You're like, Peaches, what are you doing? I'm not paying the premium to get shrimp from some bougie spot here. Well, let's be honest here also. We're in a landlocked state. Obviously, we're not going to have the best seafood unless you're talking about like rainbow trout. I'm talking about, like things from the ocean, It's going to take a while for it to get here. I came from a place that has the greatest seafood, Southern California, and then I come out here and obviously the seafood's not going to compare, but I still like shrimp. The reason why I'm talking about this is because I read something about how Red Lobster is giving away 25 years of free shrimp to celebrate endless shrimp. I've never been to a Red Lobster. I don't think there's one in the area. So it's pretty much useless to talk about that. So you got a story of me throwing up shrimp when I first moved out here. Sorry, not sorry. All right, here we go with today's What the Headline. Comes from Louisiana, where residents are being asked a question nobody expected to hear. Have you seen a giant African antelope? This real estate agent was driving to show a house when she spotted what she thought was a bull walking near some cattle. Reasonable assumption, right? Except it wasn't a bull. Yeah, it was that giant African antelope, one of the largest antelope species on Earth. These things can weigh over 1,000 pounds. Somebody in Louisiana looked out their window and accidentally saw safari wildlife. The best part is that nobody seems to know where it came from. Officials haven't confirmed anything. The antelope hasn't explained itself. It's just out there wandering around Louisiana like, yeah, you know what, this seems right. Can you imagine being the first person to see it? You call your buddy. I just saw an African antelope. They tell you to lay off the drugs. I guess there's that going on in Louisiana. That's about it. It's an African mystery in the Louisiana woods. That is today's What the Headline right here on K-Bear 101. I can't believe I started this show here today with Brothers Osborne. It ain't my fault because we're giving away tickets to go see them live at the Shoshone Bannock Casino Hotel on, is it June 20th? Is that when it's taking place? You think I would know this information. I should have had the sheet pulled up. I think I said the proper date at the beginning part of the show, but it's been, I don't know, a few hours and I already forgot it. Yeah, Saturday, June 20th. You can buy tickets at showbandgaming.com if you want to go see Brothers Osborne. But if you want to save some dough, you can listen to us for us to give you the cue to call all week for your chance to easily win them on the air. You can also sign up in any of our apps for your chance to win those tickets via drawing. So get in on it. Brothers Osborne live at the Shoshone Bannock Casino Hotel in Fort Hall, Saturday, June 20th. Yeah, because for some reason we're giving away tickets to go see them out of all groups. Here's Bad Omens with Spectre on Peach's Pit Party. Eva Under Fire featuring Maria of In This Moment. Villainous. It's Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. About to wrap things up here. But you know how when you're buying a house, they tell you about the roof, the plumbing, the foundation, and whether the basement floods, all of that stuff. Apparently, one guy thinks they should also have to disclose whether your neighbor is a jerk. A guy by the name of Davis Moturi. I don't know how you say his last name. It almost looks like mortuary, but it's Moturi. He's suing the former owners of his home, claiming they failed to disclose that the neighbor next door was, in his words, a complete nightmare. I kind of get it because my upstairs neighbors, before, when I first moved out here, they were the absolute worst. They had 3 kids that were always jumping off the top turnbuckle. Well, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like a full-on WWE cruiserweight match. from above my ceiling, and I had to call the landlord a few times on them because the dad was also kind of shaped like King Kong Bundy, and so he was chasing those kids around, and you could hear the doom, 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 no, and then these kids were jumping around, running around. What's that one kid's name from the Wild Thornberries? Is it Nigel Thornberry? No, that's the dad. The wild kid. Anyway, the kids reminded me of that kid. It was a whole nightmare. I was talking about them on the air so much, and so then they left, and then this new neighbor came in, and they recognized me, and they're like, we better be quiet, otherwise Peaches is going to talk about us on the air. But now, fast forward to today, I'm the loud person in the building. I got this sweet old lady that lives next to me, doesn't make a sound at all. There's a guy upstairs that lives by himself. He moves around, but other than that, he doesn't make too much noise. But sometimes I'll start yelling on the computer like we're playing a game like Golf with Your Friends, and I'll start screaming my head off, and I'll freak everybody out in the building. Either you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. That's how it works, all right? I am now the loud, annoying neighbor. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.